Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome aboard Flying with Mike. I got the energy up. We thought we'd do another flight or do a flight today. We are in the MD-11, maybe the last one for a little bit. I've noticed we've been doing quite a bit, but I thought I'd just kind of park out here, kind of watch the activity as the aircraft is getting loaded. We still got quite a bit inside. Hopefully, things will work a little better than last time with the passenger, but we'll see. It is fun flying the MD-11, only in the fact that I'm flying an Airbus with just a lot longer range than most. And an extra engine, come to think of it. So, all right. We have been currently fueling and getting the catering and all of that going. So that is, I believe, hang on. Yeah, that is all finished. I was wondering if that fuel truck was going to hook up on the other side. I was wrong. But anyway, yeah, here we are ready to go. It's an MD-11 and we're going to do a really, really long flight. Better pack a lunch and some sodas because we're just going to DFW from San Antonio. Yeah, real long flight. I thought I'd tease you all a little bit. Hey, Inuasic, welcome aboard. Thanks for the 100 bits. We sure appreciate you. And we'll try to keep those skies blue. We do thank you, though, for that. That's much appreciated. We need the Atlantic to shrink, not grow larger. Yeah, yeah, we do. We sure would be nice. I'd like to get over to Europe um, for a lot of reasons. Actually, I'd like to get further south towards the Middle East, but I get it. Not a good time, maybe. But where the Lord leads me, that's where I'll head. But yeah, I would love to head across the pond. Doubt I'll do it in one of these, so unless FedEx has a seat open for me. But anyway, yeah, we're here in San Antonio where we left off with American Virtual or Virtual American, however they say their name. There are so many of them out there. And we are going to, like I said, take that really long hop from San Antonio, Texas, not to Amarillo by morning, as George Strait and one of my favorite songs. What is this? Are those birds? Oh, I know somebody that's not gonna be happy. I just saw birds. I'll be doggone. They do exist. I've never, or if I did, I never realized that was the effect that just went off. That or my graphics card is malfunctioning. I'm going to lay on to the birds. But hey, that was pretty cool. Um, is my alert just now going off? It is. Oh, wow. Thanks there in USIC for the 100 bits. I don't know why the alert was so delayed. Oh, well. Again, welcome to the great and fabulous world of technology. You know, I'd say it'd be great for it to go away, but what would we do? I love some of the commercials about that. People just sitting there, 10 seconds without the internet, see some sweat coming down people's brow. 30 seconds without the internet, little bit more sweat coming down, jitters coming on. Then they jump to 2 minutes and they're like punching each other. Um, I love those kind of commercials because, it truly is true. So, all right. Well, let's get this show on the road. Like I said, San Antonio to Dallas, Fort Worth, for what it's worth. All right. Up into the cockpit we go. Actually, you know what? Let's just do one more tilt up. There is a neat feature. We'll show it. We've already got the jetway connected, but you can actually control it from the EFB. think, little cheese. They actually got some pretty decent cheese on this one. Now, granted, we're not seeing the caterers, bringing the stuff in and out of the plane, but we did, and you all didn't get to see that. That's why I thought it was going to do it for us. When the fuel truck, which, by the way, sitting right here in the foreground, pulled up on the right wing, the center column went up, just like the real one would, so they could fuel from right there. That is pretty good. That was slick and really good. I will give Rotate kudos for that one, along with the fact they have people in their trucks. But anyway, but they still hit everything in the world, and they get hit by everything in the world. 50-50. So anyway, now let's push into the plane. All right, and like I said, here's where we were, over here on the EFB. Now, there's a lot to talk about here, and we'll try to do it real quick so we can get going. All right, first off, when I fire up, hit the power button, go to home. I go to power or external power. Go to whatever you like. We'll get the weight and balance in a minute. Make sure you're online, as you should be, with ground power, wheel chocks. Now, you notice Jetway, if it's available, you can toggle it from here. Pretty cool. I like that. And then here's the fuel and food service that we saw playing around out there. I don't think you're, well, I know you're not hampered if you don't click open for the cabin forward or the cargo. And for those that like the GUTZZ stuff, you can turn the cabin lights to high, low, or just keep them off and make the passengers have a lot of fun. And then down below, you can also turn them on, turn them off. All right, now let's get to one of the big things with the Rotate MD-11. And just to tease people out there, the Mad Dog 11. They love to say that about the 80. Hey, it's a Mad Dog. What are you complaining about me? Oh, whoa. How did we drop to 176? Uh-oh. All right, well, we'll get to that in a second. Actually, we're going to do that right now. We're supposed to have 298 peeps on board. Let me drop 0 into cargo. Oh, we can only put 285 on. Ah, okay. All right, so that's something I need to work on with, well, actually, Virtual American needs to, because their sim brief is not in line with X-Plane, which is fine because they're probably in line with something else. All right, so we put that in. Now our cargo for this load, we'll get to that in a second, is 15,000 pounds. I am going to bring our payload. Ah, there's what happened. I got it. Got it. All right, I screwed that up. I get it. On track now with the plane. All right, so our estimated zero fuel weight is 365,884. Oh, whoa. 365,884. Okay, I see what I did wrong. What I did, when I set this up before we started the stream, I threw 298 in there, not knowing it doesn't go to 298. But then move the total payload up. Total payload is 67,000 and some change. Okay, As you can tell, well, we're going to show you here momentarily. The cargo for this load was scheduled for just shy of 15,200 pounds. 2,000 pounds heavier than what we're showing. So that is why we had, but our total payload worked out. Go figure that one. All right, yeah, gotta love it. Here's the kicker, though. Now, in our case, we're good. However, most likely it will not come up to where your takeoff CG, TOCG, look on the where the graph is, just come down right top right, it'll say 30.1% here. You need that takeoff CG between 30-31%. In between there's great, 30.1. You get much more in the passenger plane, you're going to probably get it yellow or red. So that's one of the big things with this plane. Right in behind it, and it's for those that like to get in a hurry and want to get in the air. And I know a bunch of you're limited on time. I get it. It's a 1 hour flight. So, you know, just take solace in that. All right, one way to speed it up, right here, click Load Configuration, Aircraft FMC. You see it flashing. Okay, what that'll do is load your plane and get the weight portion of your FMS. I call it a McDo. I know you're all going, whoa, this is a Mad Dog, not an Airbus. Calm your muscles down, guys. Calm them down. Just chill. You'll see what I mean here in a second. It really is more Airbus than you think. But anyway, that's what we are going to be doing here. I just stopped for a second. Something didn't look right on my title. It's okay. Good. So those are the two big things I'll point out right now. There's a couple littler ones along the way, but these are the ones that I do. The biggest one being that TOCG has to be 30% to 31% MAC. And you move it by the payload CG up there. All right. All of that said and done, I'm going to bring Sim Toolkit in here like we do every flight. And we're going to do a quick look at the flight, do our pre-flight here. And basically, that is our super long flight of the year, San Antonio to Dallas. By the way, we did this a couple weeks ago, reversed. It was fun, actually. Now, here's the loadout. The lowdown on the loadout. 67,348 pounds. That actually came out to be on the FMC or the EFB or the MCDU or the pick your too many acronyms flying. Our zero fuel weight is as reported. Oh, I need to go back and check our block fuel. Stand by. Make sure that didn't get all discombobulated. Let's see, 35,275. Yes. Cool. All right. So that worked out. Now, here's where it says 298 peeps. Yeah, it's not going to work in rotate. They're set for 285, it looks like. And that lowered this number on ours and so forth. But here's the route YODUH 1 departure to the Bovey 7 arrival. I have not checked that arrival to make sure it's turbojet and optimal for our runway. One other note, okay, especially with Dallas, there are spots for heavies, but they may not be where you want them. You may have to do some slewing to get the plane to where the jetway will come over. Or just do like I did and just say, you know, the heck with it, here come the staircase. It works. All right, cost index 187, 37,000, not a chance. What did he cut me off coming down here at 27? 26, something like that. It was a lot lower than that. So right now there's no ATC, and right now I am not going to 37,000. So if we're lucky, 31, but I think I'm going to hang about 27, 25, 27 to be safe, and I think I know why. Okay, weather here in San Antonio. Whew, it's a hot one, folks, but it's a dry heat. 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Ouch. But again, low humidity, so it's a dry heat. No, there is, sorry folks, an oven is still hot. And 060 for the wind, so really a nice, somewhat nice day here. DFW is the same, except the winds are more out of the south at 6, so we'll be in South Ops. 98 degrees there, little bit more humidity in there, so it's a little more uncomfortable. Not much, but a little. And we got some clouds to deal with up at 25,000, but beyond that, beautiful day here. All right, or beautiful evening, because we are doing this real time. Actually, I think I'm an hour behind, so forgot to make the adjustment for daylight savings time. All right, with all of that said, I'm going to quickly get on VATSIM here, so my spot is mine, hopefully. No one taking it. 122. Ooh, that may not be doable. Let's do 152. And finally, let's get our RNAV data in here. RNAV. And freak them out. 75 on the RVR. And our flying with Mike streaming stuff. There we go. All right, and let's get online here. Will be AAL. AAL 1502 to be specific. Squawk code 7464. Okay, and then up here for the radios, always make sure to turn them up. You can always say to ATC, oh, I didn't know my radios were turned down. And then do a little, and that'll really drive them even more nuts. Yeah, I know, that's mean. And for now, 122,800. I'm jumping ahead a little bit in the program here just because I'm here and doing it. It makes it more easy. All right, so we got our radios set for now. And we'll get the next frequency in case we go out of here tenderfoot. All right. And you all didn't get to see that because I still had Sim Toolkit up there. Ha ha ha. Here's all we did. I'll be nice. All right, we set our frequencies. Here's what I was talking about with your radios. Turn them up and click on them so they light up. And set your whatever, if you're in the US, set whatever code they give you. And go to Xponder. That gets you very on the good side with the controllers. Hang on a second. One last check on my part. Cool beans. Nobody here. And all right, there we go. All right, so let's get this plane going. All right, first thing we're going to do.
Engine 1, fire. Engine 2, fire. Engine 3, fire. Engine 1, fire.
I will make note, as I always do, and I'm pretty sure the real one does not do what I think it should. You never hear the word APU fire. Your engine 1, engine 2, engine 3, but you don't hear the other one. Huh. I guess McDonnell Douglas, or they couldn't pay her enough money to do the next ones. I don't know. But yeah, make note of that. Also, those of you with the freighter are going, where did you get all these extra switches? Remember, it's a passenger plane. All right, let me find my checklist. There it is. Okay, so, well, first off, let's get a couple things finished that we haven't. Cockpit lighting being one. Oop. Okay. Okay, and radar off and off. Okay, gear levers and spoilers are down. Yeah, spoilers down, flaps up, gear lever down, 4, green. I know you're going 4. Yeah, there's 4. There's a wheel in the a strut with 2 wheels in the middle, folks. All right, you weren't supposed to do that. Why'd you do that? All right, and we're set to go. All right, batteries on, or you wouldn't see anything. APU engine test complete. Electric power is established only by ground power. We're getting the APU on. Matter of fact, I am going to start ACARS. Ah, I gotta log in. What is going on? Bear with me, folks. Oh, look at that. It's working again. I'm glad I did that early. And we'll start the flight. Hey, there we go. Okay. Now, no, you didn't see any of that. Good. You didn't need to see all my super secret, highly super squirreled passwords. But anyway, the APU is flashing when it's up and running. It'll say on and avail, like it just did. All right, we'll do an annunciator test real quick.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
Okay, basically it's a light bulb check.
Overspeed. Overspeed. Overspeed.
Okay, and they look good.
Overspeed.
All right, now let's get the bleed valve on and get this aircraft cooling down. Okay, hopefully that's gonna work. If not, we'll make it work. And a no smoking light on. There they go. Okay, well, at least there they go. All right, just got to be patient, Captain. Patience, patience, patience. All right, APU error is on. Let's get the IRS notified and alerted. Cargo fire test, good. Good, and the CVR checked out, good. All right, moving on up, or in our case, down to align the IRS. Okay, first, good to the 7th. Then it's good to the last drop. All right, if I've done this right, let's see if I've done it right. KSAT KDFW. Survey says he did it right. Hey, I got something right today. Now, if you had a route to our alternate, today's alternate brought to you by, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Ooh, we gotta move you. You're way too far away. Today's alternate is Oklahoma City. So if we had a route, we could put that in, save it, and bring it up here too. But since we don't, I'm not worried about it. All right, Oklahoma City. Oklahoma, where the... That's as far as you're going to get me to sing that song. Do I got chords? Oh, I do. B7. You sunk my battleship. 2931.7. Let's go down one. Okay, over to here. 9828.3. We need it to say 9828.3. Hey, that's perfect. Align. Okay, now our flight number for today, L1502, correct? Yes. 1502. Cruise level. We'll come back to that. Temps and all of that we'll come back to. I really don't know where we're going to go with that one. Andy, while we're here, since it's going to ask it on the next page, San Antonio is going to depart 13 right, runway 4, 13 left. I'll take the longest of them all. Which one's the longest? They're all about 8,500 feet long. We'll take, you know what? We'll take, I think, oh heck, I don't know. Runway 4 is a lot shorter taxi. I'm going to take runway 4. Okay, weather here though for the barometer is 2995. Okay, so we'll come up here. He says cautiously. There it moves. All right, so let's first make sure we're in inches, and we are. Otherwise, we'd be in heptapascals, or sometimes people call it Q&H. Well, guess what? It's Q&H for all of them. But you're in HEPA. And 295, we'll verify the other side. All right, hang on. Everything's going wacky because there's a wacky guy holding the computer hostage. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. All right. Let's see. What else do we need to be doing? Minimums to 400. 2995 heading, and looks like we're good there. All right, we've done a little bit extra than we would normally here, just because I kind of thought I was on track, and I was wrong. All right, so back up to the top. Two things to do. Emergency power armed. Hydraulic test commence. Close the hatch. And hydraulics. By the way, has anyone noticed why is an MD-11 a Mad Dog? An Airbus 11. Okay, so with all of that commenced, we're just waiting to watch, make sure it starts engaging the test, and then I'm going to move on. I've actually done a lot of things ahead of this. There it goes, testing the System 3, which, by the way, needs at least 5.3 gallons of oil, and it's got 7.89 and 9, so we're good. And I do not know how to refill that if we ever had to. Okay. 29, that's all looking good. It'll start coming down here in a minute. As the other one charges up. Perfect. All right, we're going to move on. All right, comm radios, we've already gone through. They're set. Transponders set, ready to go. Glare shield, believe it or not, already set, ready to go. That leaves us with McDo's. Now, if you want, and I recommend it, but you know, it's your call. It's your flight. You're the pilot in command. You make this call. I check my flights. All right, so let's go to F plan. Oh, wait. Go back to init. My bad. We skipped one very important step. The weight page. Made mention of it. Now let me show it to you. All right. Where you see the bigger numbers, you would have had to click to fill those in. Yeah, I know. A real long time consuming process, but to some, that is. I being one, I click apply load configuration to aircraft and FMC. So, and that makes those filled in like you see. Now, once we put the cost index in, more of that will fill in. I know that question was burning on someone's mind. Okay, so here we go. F plan. I've heard that somewhere before. Is it an Airbus? All right, kidding aside, we said runway thaw. Runway thaw on the YODUH is gonna take us. I love these. I love theme-based star and SIDS. We're going to depart runway 4037 heading, and then we're going to vector ourselves to Sith, then YODUH. Oh, wait a minute. Which one are we going? Klinger? I wonder if we're talking MASH or if we're talking... Oh, that's awesome. But anyway, even if we went off 1-3, we're coming to Sith, YODUH. Where are we going? Hang on a second. Let me bring up the route. Oh, that cracked me up. I'll bring it up so you all get the laugh too. Oh, Yoda's where it ends for us, and we go to guts. Okay. Hang on. Here it comes. Y'all need a good laugh. It's hump day, folks. We're at the middle of the week. The weekend is just about here. Okay. So again, as you heard me say, 037, then we'll vector to Sith, Star Wars theme based. And we stop at Yoda. That sucks because there's Klinger. Jay and Pritzy. What? Not so well themed with Star Wars, or I'm not 100% up to date with Star Wars. I know Klinger. It's from one of my favorite comedy shows, MASH. The rest of this, okay, anyway. So we're going to Yoda and then on. Okay, so for us, let me just see, can I get a better view? No. All right, so we'll do this and try that as best we can. All right, and then I'm going to do, by the way, there's our METAR, 25,000 broken, 2995. Okay, then we're going to go hide and X you out. All right, so there you even get a better picture of it. Initial climb here will be 5,000. Again, 37 or is assigned by ATC, then vectors to Sith. Okay. So we're runway 4 selected. Yoda 1. And we're not taking a transition. So we're just inserting. All right, so there's Sith, there's Yoda, there's GUTZZ. And that all looks good. All right, now we're going to go, and I need to read this. This is the Bovey 5 arrival. All right, jet only, cool. For use when DFW is operating in south flow. That is expected. North flow, stock are not. Hey, that's cool. They at least tell you. Some airports won't. That kind of gets under my skin. I guess we're supposed to know these things, but you know, I guess I don't know. A real pilot, maybe. But it's nice that it's on the chart. Oh wait, you're coming in from the south, north ops, dude. Switch to stock because you're going to get switched by ATC. All right, so from where's GUTZZ? There's GUTZZ. We're going to go EGADS, FUDUB, Kilo, Tubavi, Curly, Mo. Three Stooges in act here. Great run for flying with Mike. Delmo, Lurie, B1, Bion. I don't know. Anyway, don't have much for them. Bear with me a second. Let me get a ballpark idea where I want to go here in Dallas. There's got to be an American flight about right now. SAT, DFW. Only. Oh, they're delayed. Must be something going on. Probably a ground problems. Actually, I'm not showing any reason for the delay. That's weird. But let's plan. Oh, they don't have a gate. That's not what I want. All right, we'll plan one that made it. These aren't even in San Antonio, let alone. Oh, they're really, that's not good. Let's try that one. A19. Actually, that's pretty close to where we took out of, so we'll aim into that direction. I know the gate will end up at, but that gives me, okay, so we're headed for the east side of the airport. Now, SimBrief wanted us on 13 right. Ooh, that's a long taxi. I say 17 center. That sounds like a good one. Star. Keep scrolling till you see I in front of 17. Okay, there's 18. 17 centered there. And by the way, since I've got this pulled up, let's follow along over here as well. Okay, let's go back. Oops. Let's cancel. Change runways. 17 center. Now that'll be at the top. We'll plan bossy, but we may turn in early. Okay, and then we're going on the Bovey 7 arrival. GUTZZ. Insert. All right. Now, again, most Boeings pick up back at the beginning, and you got to scroll your way through to the end, especially long hauls. This one's, you know, a long haul. I mean, it's an hour long. Come on, that takes a long time to get. Okay, so we're going back to the chart. Only because it's a heck of a lot easier. GUTZZ, EGADS, FOUBB, FDUB, Kilo, KISS. I missed that one, and Bovey. All right. And we'll just watch for any kinds of discontinuities. That's why I'm looking here to make sure it enters right. Okay, then we're going to Shimp, Curly, and Mo. Delmo. And then up Larry and Bion. B1. B1, man, B1. Not the bone, but just B1. All right, and then as you can tell, B1 is right across from Bossy. So then we'll come in Bossy. We could close that off for now, but we're, you know, we'll do that in flight. Penny, Zing, Jiffy, and the runway. Okay, all looks good. And if we have to, Jaspas are going out to place if we have to go around. And then if we do end up alternating to the alternate, there we can start filling in when we need to. Sounds like a good plan. Hope y'all were able to follow a lot of that. All right, so from the F plan, which by the way is complete, we now head over to a RADNAV or NAVRAD, and we don't have an ILS frequency or anything to come back on. That's fine. We're visual conditions. We'll go to takeoff approach. All right, let's bring Sim Toolkit in here. Why Sim Toolkit, you ask? Well, because I have SimBrief attached to it and it's real easy to use from here. Those of you familiar with SimBrief know this page looks just like it. On the home page, when you go in your computer, go to two things. You could either do view saved flights or view your flight plan. Okay, we got our flight plan. All right, now a couple things you could do here. Performance and tools. You got to fill it all in. Okay, I'm in a hurry. Let's just do takeoff performance. The only thing that won't show up here that shows up on the other is the takeoff runway, showing you where you are on it with V1 rotate and V2. I think we can live without that. All right. Now, check your information. 13 right. We changed to runway 4. It's at 8,500 feet. We get, I believe, a whopping, hang on a second. Three extra feet for takeoff. You heard it, 3 extra feet. So it wasn't length that determined it, it was shorter taxi. All right, takeoff weight, is that even in the ballpark? Hang on, 40,259, it sure is. We're gonna go with an optimum flap setting. I bet I already know, 15 degrees. Full flex and everything else set like it should calculate. All right, so we're gonna look at that. Flaps 15, we're gonna flex at 60. I mean, it never changes. 134, 147, 156, these numbers will not match. But I wanted to show you an easy way to do this. All right, hang on a second, runway 4. This way I have it up on another screen, so when we get, oh, you didn't even see all my fun. There we go. So there you have it. We switched to runway 4, and here's the numbers. Okay, so those 134, 147, 156, we'll be real close to them, but we may not be right on them. And by the way, that's one of the reasons I like Sim Toolkit. I can add things like this to it and help me make it more just pull this up, do your flight plan, do your flight. And it tracks you. All right, now if you don't mind, I'm going to get rid of Sim Toolkit and I'm going to get this a little closer to us after I switch back to map and increase us. All right, there we go. And you can see you got your APU. That's why I like that one. All right, so we're going to zoom in on the McDo. Very similar to the perf page on an Airbus. However, it's a separate button. They aren't exactly the same, but they're very, very close. Okay, so we said flex, and we're going to do it at 60. All right, runway slope. Now, if you did use performance and tools on SimBrief, you would have that information there, but you didn't, like I didn't. It is down 0.4. So to put that in here, I sometimes have to look just to make sure. Okay, I was thinking Airbus. I just wanted to make sure. Down 0.4, put a slash, and we need the runway, wait a minute, we need the component, right? Yeah, so we got a headwind of -2. Okay, don't know how that's going to factor. Okay, I don't think it took it. 37. But then, you know, there are things that are, you never know. All right. All right, so we got to check and confirm our speeds one more time. 130. I got 134, 147, 156. I'm okay with these. So we're going to click, click, and click. We're ready to go. What did he say? All right, and that gets the airplane ready to go, folks. all we got left on the checklist. That's it. I mean, oh yeah, we do need to set the middle control panel up. First off, traffic data, VOR. We'll keep everything off for now. Same thing for the first officer, VOR. And we'll bump him up a little more for now. All right, and then we're good. How's that for a start off? Hang on a second. Okay. All right. Soon to be coming. We are in XP12.2.1. Sorry to burst bubbles. We are not in 3.0 yet. I am, like everyone else, waiting with bated breath. Hopefully it'll come out soon. Who knows when it'll come out? When it does, I can definitely know there'll be a lot of ooh going on. Oh, really? Oh, look at that. All right, let's get over here and do some things outside. First off, I highly recommend all aircraft. Not all of them will do what the MD-11 and the 767 will do. But it is always safer to do real-world ops here than to wing it. And that is turn off the external power cockpit first, then come over to ground ops. Now, in the MD-11, you run the real big risk of not only killing the power to the plane, even though the generator is on the APU, I get it, but you also may lose all of that information you just put in the McDo. Not cool. The 767 will just go dark until you turn it back on. Even the 747-200, I think, does the same thing. Unless you've already put it on the gens. I don't think it will now, come to think of it. All right, and we are ready to go. Let me see if I can't aim a bit here. Let's go ahead and close that cabin door. Maybe the, there we go. We'll scroll over a little bit. Now I am going to, we got wheels, chalk, jetway, toggle. Pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. All right, we're ready to go. Hope you are all are too. All right, for the engine start sequence, we are going to use better pushback. It's not really complicated except one thing. You have to select which engine ignition system, A or B, are you going to use. Could very well be, you know, if you're flying with a friend in a shared cockpit somehow, A for captain, B for first officer, A for even days, odd for B for the odd days, or, you know, flip a coin. You know, it does not matter, and it does not matter if you use the same one over and over and over. Now, in the real world, it might, but in the sim, I don't think it's going to give you any troubles. All right, so for now, let's do this. Seatbelts on. Definitely, when you're flying with Mike, it is advised to have your seatbelt on. Fasten very snugly. No smoking's on. Beacon lights on. Emergency power switch is armed, as is the lights. All right, and And the fuel is in auto, air is in auto, and we're ready to go. Verified, nobody up online. Whoa. Caught them on a day they want to sleep. Yeah, San Antonio traffic, American 1502 heavy, pushing back Bravo 7 for runway 4. And now thinking about it, I should have amended my flight plan. Boy, Austin lately has been full bore. Wow. All right, here we go. Hang on a second, just finishing up call for pushback.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
I want to go here.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up. Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay, air pump or the auxiliary pump is on. Transponder is already in exponder. APU, it will verify the bleed is on. And we're ready to push. We'll start him up 3, 2, 1 or 3, 1, 2 when he tells us he's ready.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, beacons on, seatbelts set. We can start them. Now, for me, I find 3 a difficult one to start, so I do it from that angle, then watch my dials. Hit the green line, blue line, teal line, whatever you want to call it. Hit the fuel switch. And if that doesn't work, click it up. And once it's stable, we'll start up number 1, then number 2. Oh, guess what I forgot? We decide on 7, 0. And our cost index, 187. Yep, we know.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, there comes on number 2. We'll get number 3 up and going here in a moment.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Thanks for pushing us back. That's a free module for those who do not know from X-Plane. It is really a very good, better pushback than default. Really good. It's free, simple to install, and updatable. So it is just an amazing pushback. And he tells you, or she tells you, your pins are clear. And that means we can start deploying, continuing our checks here. All right, up to the windshield, defog off. Any ice not needed, a poo. Off. Hydraulics set down here to config. All right, first thing we want to do with the config, set our trim to 4.9. Okay, why don't we do a surface check real quick? All right, we'll set it back to engine now. I think we're ready to taxi. Engine config, FMS, spoilers. Arm, otherwise she will yell at you. And like Airbus, make sure it's showing. And flaps 15. Here we go. San Antonio traffic switching to CTAF. San Antonio common traffic, American 1502, taxi to runway 4. Okay, so we got the radars on. We're doing our before takeoff checks. One more time down here for that, and okay. Auto brake takeoff data 130, 139, 153, flaps 15, set, ready to go. Okay. And San Antonio, common traffic, American 1502 Heavy departing runway 4, YODUH 1 departure. Okay, auto flight. Okay, 120. V1. Rotating. Gear up.
Stabilizer motion.
Antonio traffic number 444 Bravo Charlie, Tanner base, runway 13 right.
And San Antonio traffic, American 1502 out of the area, back to Unicom.
Stabilizer motion.
Kind of glad he came on just to wake me up and say, hey, get your butt over to Unicom. Okay, flaps are up, gears up. Everything's looking good till we start coming down. All right, well, welcome aboard. We're airborne out of San Antonio, headed to Dallas, Fort Worth. Estimated flight time, 47 minutes, give or take. But there we go, folks, on our way. Hey, thanks for joining in. Thank you for being a part. We love it. We have a good crowd tonight. And hope you all enjoy a short haul up to Dallas with a long haul aircraft. So I hope everyone's week is going well. It is hump day, and hope you all are looking forward to the weekend. I know in the town I live in here in Illinois, we have our homecoming festivities for the weekend. So yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend here in town. I'm not so sure where I work, but you know, it's the first time. May be surprised. Oh, wow. Expecting storms in the area, and I guess the sun is cutting through just right. It looks real pretty outside right now. The calm before the storm. But from here on, believe it or not, the heat wave they're saying will be over. And they know more than me, so we'll go with it. That it'll just be nice for it to be nice instead of just so hot. Kind of like what it's like down here, but you expect that in Texas. And if you don't, why'd you go to Texas again? Might want to rethink that one.
Altitude.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and increase range, and knowing there probably aren't any storms today down here. Actually, I'm just going to go to ElevaTech. The weather, if you're looking for it, folks, appears to be east of Houston, west of New Orleans, up to Shreveport area. Pretty good batch of weather there, so you could have some fun. Other than that, it's just your garden variety hit or miss storms that the summer is notorious to put out down south. Yeah, I wish I'd have remembered what altitude he assigned me to on the way out of Dallas, because, again, I had forgotten, just like I did today. So if a controller comes up, I fully expect them to say, your final altitude will be such and such. All right, I'm back with y'all. Sorry about that. Needed to stretch my legs a little bit and catch my wife up on some stuff that happened today at work. All right. Okay, so this arrival requires us to we'll be interested to see if we'll get pinged by auto ATC FDUB at 290 and 24,000 at the bottom, and we'll shoot for that. We're going to be pretty well, we can be pretty much on it. Then we're down to Kilo at 23,000 to 20,000. So we're getting close to top of descent. But let's we'll just kind of play it by ear here. But currently, oh, tower came up at DFW. Okay, let's get that in. All right, OV at 19 to 17. You know what? I'm going to plan for that. All right, we're starting down. So, shouldn't be much longer. Let's do this. All right, let's start in on the descent checks. Okay, nothing on the message boards here. Windshield ice on, descent set. And then for the approach, 200, right? Okay, and we'll kind of watch to see if it sets. What a night down in Texas between San Antonio and Dallas.
Altitude. Altitude.
Three 2752, Fort Worth Center, welcome in.
Fort Worth Center, American 1502 Heavy. On the Bovey 7 arrival, 17,000 at Bovey.
American 1502, Fort Worth Center, hello, the DFW altimeter 29993, expect the visual approach, runway 18 right.
Possible we can get 17 center since we're parking on that side.
Visual 17 center.
Visual 17 center, American 1502 Heavy, thanks. 299er tree. Okay, 270 at Curly. And we're looking for...
Fort Worth departure, American 869, passing 3,400 for flight level 390. And happy Hanukkah, American 869. American 869, Fort Worth Center under contact, climb maintain 17,000. Climb maintain 17,000, American 869.
All right, Delmo, we're at their mercy for descent. For a second, I thought that was it in front of us, but it can't be. Or can it? Seems awful small. All right, flight attendants, take your seats for landing, please. All right, Mo at 240 and 12,000, which is what we're shooting for.
Altitude. Stabilizer motion.
American 1502, descend to maintain 3,000.
American 1502 down to 3,000. Maybe that is DFW. I don't know. That lake is awful close. Could also be Mecum International or Fort Worth Naval Air Station, too. Nope, I see semaphores in the sphere, so guess what? That's Dallas right there.
Stabilizer motion.
American 2752, I'm showing you level at level 350. Do you want that to be your cruise?
No, we're still going up to 370 American 2752.
Okay, sorry, I'm probably not paying enough attention.
It's okay, we're just climbing over slow here.
And for Center American 1285 with you, flight level 327.
Southwest 22 Fort Worth Center, hello.
All right, let's start descending.
American 869, climb maintain flight level 390.
Climb maintain flight level 390, American 869.
Yeah, turn us in around Zing to Penny.
Altitude.
American 1502, turn right heading 150, vector final.
Right turn 150, vectors to final, American 1502 heavy.
Fort Worth Center, November 172 Alpha Golf with request.
November 172 Alpha Golf Fort Worth Center, go ahead.
Fort Worth Center, November 172 Alpha Golf is type Cessna 172 over Ardmore VOR, requesting VFR flight following to DFW International at 3,500 with uniform.
November 172 Alpha Golf Squawk 0634.
0634 in the box, Cessna 2 Alpha Golf.
November 172 Alpha Golf, radar contact.
Fort Worth Center, Southwest 2082s with you at flight level 330.
And Fort Worth Center, Southwest 2450, climbing 11000 for GT0. American 1502, the field's 1 o'clock, 15 miles, report the field in sight.
Fields inside American 1502.
American 1502, clear visual approach on my 18 right.
Cleared for the visual 18 right or 17 center?
Sorry, 17 center. Clear the visual approach on my 17 center.
Cleared approach 177 visual, American 1502.
Forward center, radio check.
Aircraft calling 5x5. Southwest 2450, Fort Worth Center, welcome in.
And Forward center, American 1285 with you, flight level 410. I believe I already contacted you, but I guess not.
No, I haven't had anything from you yet. American 1285, welcome in. American 1275, contact Memphis Center 132.55, we'll see ya.
13255.
Stabilizer motion.
American 1502, contact DFW Tower 12655, we'll see ya.
12655 American 1502. And Tower American 1502 visual insight 17 center.
American 1502, forward tower 172, clear to land.
Autopilot.
Cleared to land 17 center American 1502.
Autopilot. Autopilot. Stabilizer motion. One.
Glide slope. 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 Glide slope.
1502 heavy saving.
At 1502's off 17 Charlie for a Alpha 19.
American 1502, taxi Echo Lima Kilo, cross runway 17 right.
Lima Kilo, cross 17 right. American 1502. Where's Lima Kilo?
FedEx 1365, DFW runway 17 right, taxi via Papa, Yankee, hold short of runway 17 center.
I'm interested to see how bad I botched that. Heck, we're all the way down here. Oh, okay, I see where we are. Uh, they drive on the grass here. How about that? Now this is where it'll get tricky. This is when you have to use the other set of line if they have it. Reason being, the jetway is already extended pretty far. So I had a bad feeling. All right, we'll take a look at that here in a second. Let's get this thing shut down. And yeah, if you would have used the other one, it would never reach. Remember, it goes to the next, not the normal door we're used to. It actually goes to L2. So that's why it wouldn't work out there. You'd have to come in a lot further. So when you fire up, you got to slew over and do all that good stuff and so forth. So, all right, let me just delete all of that. All right. Okay, so let's finish up here real quick. Stay trim, anti-ice, auto brake. I don't think I turned off. It may be in, nope. All right, we can open up that forward. And there you have it, folks. Okay. Everything was going great until the plane was not, I don't know, just, it got slow, which got it very tough to, oh, why did my airspeed get set so low? Anyway, that's on me, that part. Okay, so now some of this is coming together. I'm gonna go look at American real quick, because I've got a feeling it's either gonna be it's pending a review, and I may not get any points for it. That's fine. We'll see what happens. I may end up having to fly it again. Darn the luck. Sorry about that, folks. The weather changing out there is just really starting my nose up again. All right, so let's look at it here. And we know the numbers are not going to look pretty here. All right, Elevatech got us at 584, 136, 154. Yeah, I now know where the airspeed issue came into play early on. Okay. Wish I'd have known that in the beginning. Oh, you all didn't see that. Well, I already killed it. Or did I? Oh, no, I didn't. All right, so again, for those that just like the short, sweet, that's Elevatech, that's Volanta. Me, I already know some of my problems. I let the plane stay fast, and then it slowed to 115. Look up here. It says right there, 115 on the speed dial. Not good. And that's why I ended up having troubles, a little bit of my trouble. The other was I flat out don't know. So let's hope that Sim Toolkit can shed a little. All right, and they got us, hey, they're nicer, 690. No, they're not, they're meaner. 136, 1.5. So I got a feeling they're going to reject it, but we'll see. I might be able to at least get moved to Dallas, but I'm not going to have any points. That sucks. But it wasn't the greatest of greatest approaches. All right, so here's the flight. Really well done. I can't blame Center at all for it. I was fast a lot of it, trying to get myself down to 3,000 quicker so I could turn in as tight as he was wanting me to. I realized what he was doing, trying to get us lined in with not Penny, but the one after it. All right, let's view the details and we'll see what we see from the others again. Is that short or long? Oh, it's long. Usually it's also short. It's off the center line by 17 feet. 1,640 feet of runway used, and yeah, we know the bad news. All right, let's see, 8.5 degree pitch. I also think I was, well, no, trimming up when I should have been trimming down. Maybe I was, I don't. There's a lot that went on that I don't know. So, and we're going to keep it at, I don't know, just a rough landing again. Can't get out of this rut. We're going to need a good flight here soon. Hopefully, Friday's flight will be better. Tentatively scheduling the 747-200 for some more LTN flying, seeing if we can get that better and better with each flight. So I hope y'all join us on Friday for that. Again, usually around 1600 Z, we start our stream up on Friday. Not sure if we'll even schedule a second one. We have festivities up at the park with the homecoming that we'll probably be going to, or other things. Whole lot of things in flux, so we'll kind of see what's going on. But for now, hey, I want to thank you all for joining. Thank Inusik for that 100 bits cheer. We sure appreciate it. We appreciate each and every one of you for coming aboard. And hey, look forward to the next one. If you're new to the channel on Twitch, hit that follow button. If you're new to the channel on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. And if you liked it, hit the thumbs up. We'd sure love the a little bit of the, hey, it was a pretty decent stream other than the landing. We get the landing. That kind of stunk. But anyway, we thank you all so much. Hey, and if you are on YouTube, want to catch us live and introduce yourself to the family here, I'd love to meet and greet you, find out where you're from. You know, that's the fun thing about flight simming, learning where people are. They're, you know, all over the world here with flying with Mike. We got some in the Philippines or Indonesia, one of the two. And over in the Far East, we got a whole bunch in Europe, Germany, UK, Iceland. I mean, and what are they called? Oh, Finland, Sweden, up in that area, Scandinavian territories. Vikings? No, that could be. But hey, welcome aboard. Thank you. And of course, we have a huge U.S. following. Thank you. But if you want to catch us live, and I don't usually mention this, but if you do want to come on, watch it live, and enjoy, hey, come in. Mondays and Fridays are our for sure days. We're going to fly 1600 Zulu. May get 1 or 2 or 3 flights in. It kind of depends what's going on in the household that day. But you can always guarantee 1. And I'd love to have you, like I said. Then we do some others, you know, throughout Sunday. Sometimes we'll come on if things aren't, you know, family, you know, going on in the house. But Monday and Friday, 1600 Zulu, we try to kick off with a good flight. Might be in a 737, might be in an Airbus 319, 320, 321, this plane, or the 747 200. We also have the Dash 8 and the Airbus 339. I actually like that. There's only one thing about it that kind of keeps me from it a lot, but nothing major. So, all right, y'all have a great night. Hey, we appreciate you out here. Again, remember, it is hump day. Weekend is not far off. Hope you have great plans. Y'all have a great night, and God bless you all. See you either possibly another flight before Friday, but we'll see. God bless.